Next piece. Deutsche Bank issue and trying to be stage managed by others is all to do with the liquidity issue. Like I said, we mentioned a couple of weeks back. We said it would come, but that is the tip of the iceberg. Next item. The lack of free oil from the Middle East has put a number of governments, including China and its deep state, on the verge of total bankruptcy. America is in its death throes. Make no mistake about it. It needs money badly, and there is talk of them not making payroll as of next Monday, which would lead to mass layoffs again. Next item. The Pentagon, to head off a potential catastrophe, has been negotiating this week with 5 of the major US banks, clown banks, 3 of which have signed up to agreements to our terms. In other words, Manor World Holding Trust backed. We will see if they go through with it. Should they not, they will collapse. Next piece. Oh my. According to a local daily, The Heritage, which quoted a leaked communication from the Office of the Deputy Minister of Fiscal Affairs at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Samora Walakoli, has now revealed he, who's the Deputy Minister, on behalf of the Minister of MFDP, Mr. Samuel Tui Jr., and the Government of Liberia, formally wrote to confirm and reaffirm, quote, our interest in renegotiating, securing a grant valued at $5.7 billion from the Manor World Holding Trust. Now, according to the leaked communication and addressed to Steve Lippman and Manor World Holding Trust, a copy of which is in possession of the newspaper that covered this, Deputy Minister Walakoli explained, this letter is our confirmation that I have received authorization from the Honourable Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Mr. Tihei Jr., and that we are willing and capable to receive and disperse funds on an IP to IP service special SWIFT transfer basis through the Central Bank of Liberia. I can confirm that I have consulted with our Finance Minister, our President, and we have collectively reached a consensus to facilitate the above referenced transaction, provided that the procedure to accessing this funds is clearly laid out. Now, the Deputy Finance Minister in his letter continued, it is our understanding that finance will be available for strategic national projects as we prepare to receive the funds in tranches as agreed by all parties to this grant facility. We look forward to working with you on this as we seek further guidance on the details of the funds availability through a grant facility. Now, Deputy Minister Walakoli concluded in his letter to Steve Lippman and the Manor World Holding Trust to Liberia and stated that the Manor World Holding Trust to Liberia is a company that holds Liberia's Development and Road Construction Fund. This is not just Liberia, it's every country in the world. And it was gathered that Deputy Minister Walakoli's letter was in response to an earlier communication reportedly sent to authorities of the MFDP concerning the alleged controversial deal. It was not controversial, it pissed people off. Now, the key part to this is the next piece to take note of also. In the article it says, however, $1 million question on the lips of some key observers is that what would Minister Tihe and Waloki write formally to renegotiate to secure a grant valued at $5.7 billion from the Manor Holden Trust that was supposedly behind the scenes without the involvement of other key state actors, actors being the operative word, including members of the legislature, thus raising eyebrows with the observers. Notice the observers names are missing. Observers are clowns and representative organisations, terming the renegotiation of the deal as bogus, according to the observers, and intended to enrich a few at the detriment of the struggling Liberian masses. Now, the whole discussion between authorities of the MFDP and Steve Lippman concerning the $5.7 billion deal was done behind the scenes, making a secret as to other key state actors were not in the know, least to mention to the public, as asserted by one of the observers. Yes, the observers. Like I said, notice there's no names of who these observers are. Well, I'll tell you who the observers are. They are the IMF, the UN, the Dragon Groups, and the Rothschild clowns is who for those with an open mind can now see. They wish for no country to have anything. They blocked us in Venezuela, they blocked us in Brazil, they blocked us in Liberia, they blocked us in many other countries, including America. Of course, the negotiations were in secret. Why wouldn't they be? That's no different to the Bilderberg, the UN, the Council of Foreign Relations, and the 300 Committee. So why the disparity? The negotiations were done with people who are interested in their own people. Those who were left out of the negotiations were clown puppets, is why. So yet again now, the Manor Holden Trust has been shown to be valid. Yet again, people come in and try to twist it into something it's not, because we didn't involve, or Kim didn't involve, state actors, aka clowns. And all people who are hell-bent on denying the trust, blocking it, or discrediting it are anti-life people, period. Mired in their own insecurities of bitterness and their own abject envy. Final piece of intel. This was just in. The G20 has now rejected Bitcoin as a reserve currency. The European Central Bank stated it is not a currency, and the Fed rejected it. Oops. Why? Because as I stated in the Clowns in Panic show, all of them are being cut out of it for a higher end game, or so they think. Dominated by billionaires, not millionaires. And we can confirm today that several of the board members of the Federal Reserve have come forward and are looking for a golden parachute, a personal payout in turn for resigning. Oh my. All it takes is a little